Yes, people are fighting back, they're pushing back. This is just one example of the many examples out there, but you're not going to see it on mainstream TV, you're not going to hear it on the radio, you're not going to see it. But resistance and pushback is happening. Petition submitted to Prime Minister's office. The petition against vaccine intimidation was finally submitted to the Prime Minister's office. Yesterday, social activist Winston Clarke told the nation that the petition garnered 3,000 signatures from a wide cross section of people with varying religious beliefs, ethnic background, health concerns, and from different social classes. See, this is the key. We may not be able to, you know, agree on religious beliefs. May not be from the same ethnic or racial background. You know, may not be from the same social class. But one thing that unites us, if it isn't any of these things, the one thing that unites us, I should say the two things that unites us is humanity and freedom. Two things. Clark said the petition, along with a letter, was sent via express mail last Tuesday to the Prime Minister Mia Motley. However, he had delivered another copy of it and the accompanying letter on Monday at her office in Bay Street, saying before giving it to a receptionist. Clark said that he was hoping he would be invited to a meeting where he could discuss the concerns some of the masses had with taking the vaccine. I was trying to reach out to her. There's a quote. I was trying to reach out to her for the past 4 weeks to no avail, so I would like her to respond soon. End quote. He said, quote, we need to hear her on this issue because not coming out and talking against employers intimidating their workers to take the vaccine is just like supporting them. Exactly, my friend. This guy got it right. Being a bystander and sitting and watching it doing nothing is the same thing as supporting it. And he said he tried to reach out to her for 4 weeks, but to no avail. I'm not surprised. She's the government. She's the prime minister. She's part of the government, buddy. She is part of the agenda. She's part of the the octopus's tentacles. It's just how it is. I wouldn't. I want to put faith in having getting into a meeting with her because I don't believe it's gonna happen. But you know, say you can't look for these people for change. You can't look to the government for change. You can't look for the person who hurt you to save you. You know what I mean? Like if someone, you know, shot you or something, you wouldn't look for them to call the ambulance, would you? Of course not. It's the same situation here. Quote, people should be able to exercise their rights and they have the right not to take the vaccine because of religious and ethical reasons or health reasons. Some of us do not want to take the vaccine because it is not a vaccine in description. It doesn't immunized and the adverse effects outweigh the advantages of taking it. I like this guy. This guy is doing his own research. It's the most I can say for a lot of people. This guy's doing his own research. You know what he's talking about. The common excuse or thing you hear about people not wanting to take the vaccine when they're advocating for people not taking the vaccine is because of religious reasons. But most people are not religious. Some people are not religious, and that's cool. That's okay. You know, that's why I don't like the talk of. I like the religious exemptions, but it seems like that's the only way that you can get away from taking this thing. And it doesn't seem right that if you're not religious, that you can't just opt out just because you don't want it. Because it should be like that. If you say you don't want something, you don't want it. You shouldn't have to make an excuse or give a reason for why you don't want something. It should be, do you want this vaccine? No. Right there. It should end right there. But even if it continues and they ask, why don't you want this vaccine? And you say, because I don't want it. It should end right there. You shouldn't have to be asked why you don't want it. And if you're religious and all this sort of thing, it should just be, no, I don't want it. Full stop. And this is essentially what he's saying here. It's not just because of religious reasons, it's also because of ethical reasons and or health reasons. And that's what we have to unite on, not just religious reasons or ethical reasons or health reasons. It should be all, and it should be just because. No further questioning after that. Clarke said he was in talks with the opposition party, People's Party for Democracy and Development (PDP), and was told to give Motley some time to respond. So he went to the opposition party. They're gonna talk to him. They're gonna entertain him a little bit. We should keep in mind these people are also politicians. Yes, they're all the same. The left-right part and left-right illusion. No, sides of the same coin, birds of the same feather. You know, they're only gonna entertain him now because they want to get in. They want to discredit the party that's in right now so they can't get in. Easier. They do that all the time. They do that every 4 years, every 8 years. They do it all the time. Nothing new. People just don't see it. They have faith in one party. The party gets in, then they get disappointed. Then they put their faith in the other party. Then the other party gets in. Then they disappoint them again. Then the other party gets in. It just goes on and on and on and on. People do not realize it. It's so frustrating. It took a year for the BLP opposition to come out and talk about the the overreach of government powers. It took them a year. While people were talking government overreach, normal citizens were talk about government overreach a month in, 2 months in, 3 months into the pandemic, and it took the opposition a year. A year. And they're only doing it because they want to get in. They want to make the main party look bad so they can get in next term, whatever. Don't put your faith in these people. Put your faith in your fellow citizen. I don't even like to use the word citizen because you know, it's a kind of corporate, you know, label that the government likes to use. Put your faith in your fellow neighbor. Don't put faith in government and politicians. However, Clarke said if she did not respond at an appropriate time, he would send a copy of the petition to the Governor General and would continue taking legal action against government as it failed to address the prospective orders of the people. He would send a copy to the Governor General. Is that the same Governor General that took the vaccine on live TV? But it wasn't the vaccine. It was another. Um, it was a placebo. So in the video, she got. It showed she was getting. Um, she was getting injected with something in a blue. How do you call it? I forget what it's called. Like a blue needle, and then it cut, and then when they were taking out the needle, it had a orange top. So like, man, don't trust her either. Just don't get it. Don't trust these people. Don't look for these corrupt um, government officials to help you. The entire system is corrupt. It's not a few corrupt individuals operating in a good system, and, and more than likely, it's a corrupt system and mostly corrupt individuals in that system, but small, you know, good people in the system try to operate. And it's not the other way around. It's not a good system with corrupt individuals. It's a corrupt system with few good individuals in there. And I don't think the Governor General is one, in my opinion. Clarke said this stance against vaccine intimidation was in no way anti-vaccine or anti-government, but citizens had the right to safeguard their integrity, autonomy, and security, and therefore should not experience discrimination, prejudice, victimization, ostracism, or to be refused access to services or opportunities because of their choice not to take the job. I mean, people always, when they're trying to take a stance against the coronavirus vaccine, they always come out and say they're not anti vaccine or conspiracy theorists. Like, being an anti vaxxer or a conspiracy theorist is something bad. The connotation that it gets from the mass media has been so prevalent that the stigma with being an anti vaxxer and a conspiracy theorist is so bad. But it is not bad. That's like, eh, We're living in a crazy land right now. A crazy, crazy world where good is bad and bad is good. Up is down and down is up, and 2 plus 2 equals 5. Vaccines have been killing people for years and injuring people for years. Why not be an anti-vaxxer? Why not? Because there are no good vaccines. There are none. None. Not one. I mean, not one of all the thousands of vaccines that they've made. Not one good one. And you have a problem being an anti-vaxxer. I don't know. That's my opinion. But I still like what he's doing here. I don't want to be one of those people who are picking the resistance. You know, rather unite on the core principles of what it is than be against the small, stuff. Because this is a non-issue. This is a non-issue. He stands for freedom. I stand for freedom. We stand together. That's how it is. We are seeing what is going on in other CARICOM countries, and we want to preempt that here in Barbados. What is happening is when you refuse to be vaccinated, they are trying to intimidate you by threatening you in regards to work, and you can't travel, and that is a constitutional violation. Correct. Clarke added that February's lockdown had a major impact on the small business industry while larger companies excelled. He said many small businesses were forced to close, which put a number of families on the breadlines. Clarke said this was unfair and more consideration should have been given to that sector, as black people owned many small businesses and medium-sized businesses in Barbados. Yeah, this guy is well researched, really knowledgeable, knows what he's talking about. I know sometimes it seems like you're just alone in everything. Like you're alone in the fight and you can't see anyone fighting back and doing anything about it. But just know that there's people like Winston Clarke. There's people like me. There's people like you. We are in numbers. We are the majority, but we are portrayed as the minority. But we are there. We are fighting. And if we can't unite on anything, any other thing, remember that we are human and we can come together on freedom.
Where did it come from? I was just going to say the same thing.
This is the way you got to do it when they remove everything.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. They're going to have face recognition on me.
Oh my gosh, don't even.
Okay, here.
I'll do it. Here. Oh no, see, that's going to be me.
It's been like this forever. This isn't a change of weather. Freedom's hanging by a thread here while we binge Netflix and TikTok. Now, I'm not here to judge you. I know we're all scared and tired, and we've been so hardwired, media fueled the wrong fires. We're depressed, we're dying while billionaires are crying of laughter. While we're just running faster away from reality, well, why wouldn't we? They've got guns and we've got family. This isn't conspiracy. Theories have been brought to light throughout history. We're in a cave thinking we're free. Won't go to the light. It's easier not to see. Can we go back to dictionaries? when definitions were clear, words manipulated we didn't know existed. Let teachers fix it so parents can be distant. Mess with child development, just leave it to the government. Let them draw our paths, because we gave them the pencil. We can still erase this if we face it, us against the faces that convince us drugs will solve our problems while they profit from our consumption. Stop listening to stars and politicians and begin using intuition, discerning fact from fiction. Stop paying into our addiction of listening to a system that's turning us to victims of our lack of wisdom. If you don't see it now, it's okay to be confused. But don't throw rocks at those who do. Take a step back and you'll see who is piloting this ruse. A bunch of individuals profiting from your residuals, putting our money into propaganda and riot police instead of into our failing healthcare system. They've always done this. Tell us they need our money to fix the roads while they ride private jets and fancy boats. No wonder we can't stay afloat. We're right where they want us, distanced and thoughtless, avoiding each other so we can't discuss what's wrong with this picture. Instead, we discuss our feelings, caps lock on, with words vomiting out of our thumbs, without knowledge of real arguing. Why can't ideas be shared without ruining friendships and careers? Just because someone got offended, never learned emotional intelligence? Your feelings have no relevance in the crusade for truth. If they gave any credit to the people, we wouldn't have censored information. We get just one side on every station, pushing separation amongst each other. So we're too busy judging mothers who wonder why their kids are being smothered. Masks in gym class. Call out the other when he pulls down his mask. How do they even learn in class? Ads selling problems, not solutions. Our institutions told us following was the solution. Because if you think for yourself, you'll go nowhere with an F. But I can tell you, the people who came out independent were the ones who were observant. I had to unlearn to become present, and I'm still working on it. But I make decisions for myself. This isn't about health. If it were, they'd tell us, get your vitamins, go for walks whenever you can. Do sports, eat well, have interactions, real human connections, raise your kids with healthy immune systems. Instead, they punish insurrections that fight for freedom from the infectious disease that is control. They swallow us whole, keep us indoors, special treatment for big box stores, give us fines when we're unsure what martial law is in place today, give us checks to stay on our good side, keep us lost and afraid because we can't afford a rising mortgage or rent because we lost our pay. It was never going to be just a few days.
Okay.